Hello and welcome back to the second lesson of Module 1. This lesson will focus on some of the more daunting tasks like selecting a legal type for your business or setting up a governance structure. While these sound scary, I promise that as we go through this lesson it will all become much clearer and less scary. As a reminder, at any stage feel free to pause the video to take notes, rewind to hear information again, or stop the video to complete a learning activity. Let's begin. In this module, we will cover 3 topics, each of which have been designed to guide you along the first steps of setting up your social enterprise. Firstly, we will discuss the legal types that you can register a social enterprise as. Then I will highlight the reasons why having a strong governance structure from the beginning will ensure your social enterprise can sustain itself long term, before I highlight some of the investments you will need to take in the early days of your social enterprise journey. The first topic we will look at in Lesson 2 is about the legal types of social enterprises and which one is the right one for you to register your social enterprise as. This will differ in each country, so I want to highlight that the information we will discuss is specific to registering a social enterprise in Ireland. There is no legal definition of a social enterprise, so whichever definition you choose, it will need to be chosen after some thought. It is important to ensure that you choose an appropriate structure for your social enterprise. Your social enterprise is fundamentally a company under law. Structures include unincorporated groups, sole traders, limited liability partnerships, companies limited by shares (CLS), company limited by guarantee (CLG), company limited by guarantee (CLG) with charitable status, and industrial and provident societies (IPS mutuals). Each one of these types serves a purpose. If you are seeking to set up a social enterprise, it will be important to make sure that your social enterprise is set up legally and is right for you. I strongly advise seeking advice on which type is the right one for your social enterprise before you register. There are some key conditions to consider about your social enterprise before you can choose a legal type and register your social enterprise. Understanding these will make it easier for you in setting up your social enterprise. First, raising finance. How does the enterprise plan to raise money? Be careful to consider the various options to ensure that you choose the legal structure that most suits your social enterprise in terms of management style and mission. Second, social ownership. Ensuring that community and stakeholder interest is reflected in the control and management of the enterprise. Third, the income streams and activities of the enterprise. What proportion of income will be generated from donations, grants, fundraising, contracts, goods and service provision, and other trading activities? Fourth, regulations and reporting. Some legal structures have a lot of regulation and may have limiting rules. Some may require a lot of annual reports to be completed that may be a problem for smaller enterprises. If you need help in selecting a structure, it is best to seek assistance from an accountant or solicitor. Chatting to a professional can greatly reduce the chance of error and can help you in getting your social enterprise started on the right foot from day one. You can also seek advice from your local enterprise office or through any of the local development companies that may be able to offer support and advice. This topic will look at establishing a governance structure for your social enterprise and outline why it is important for a social enterprise to ensure it is governed. When an organisation is formed, it has to have direction and be well managed. This is usually a group of people who meet on a regular basis and who think on issues which relate to the operations and long-term goals of the enterprise. Your social enterprise should operate somewhat like a not-for-profit organisation or charity. While this may not be possible at the very beginning, it is important to establish an ideal governance structure early. For the first while, it may only be you leading the operation, but as you begin to grow, establishing a board with directors will help you to establish a strategic plan, manage elements of the enterprise that will sustain the day-to-day operations, and establish a network to expand the business. Your board is a group of people, known as directors, who will look after particular issues relating to the running and growth of your social enterprise. This board can include some people who have been supporting you from the beginning, along with people you meet along the way, who have experienced in certain areas of business operation. The most common areas and issues which boards manage include finance and fundraising, communication and PR, stakeholder engagement, operations, procurement, sustainability, and CSR. The board will feed information down to your management. They refer to the team who manage the day-to-day operations, such as designing, producing, and distributing the product or service. This could include your CEO and their team of managers. Staff are the people implementing the production, distribution, and sale of your good or service. They are the first people your customers will engage with and are fundamental to your governance. A constitution is the set of rules your social enterprise follows as it delivers its products and services and creates social change. The constitution should outline the rules you wish to follow regarding the procurement of materials, such as ethical production, fair trade, quality materials, and impact of transporting the materials. Employment policies, such as employing people who have a disability or are a refugee, ensuring a flexible employment contract for staff. Pricing of goods, ensuring that you are charging enough to sustain and grow your business without creating a product which your target audience cannot access or afford. And engagement with stakeholders. In essence, your constitution must highlight the ways in which your social enterprise will engage responsibly, no matter the circumstance, to ensure your enterprise is doing good for society under the most pressing issues. If you feel you need a constitution for your social enterprise organisations, such as the Carmichael Centre and the Wheel provide samples on their website, www.wheel.ie and www.carmichaelcentre.ie. In the beginning, you may have nothing more than an idea for a social enterprise and some small investment opportunities, but require guidance on making the required investment to open the doors on your social enterprise. Topic 3 will take a look at where you need to invest yourself first and what supports are available to you in Ireland to help you on your social enterprise journey. The first investment you should make as a business owner of any kind is investing in yourself. Starting a social enterprise isn't easy, particularly as a woman. Therefore, it is of extreme importance that you have given the time to invest in yourself by ensuring you have the right skills, the correct information, the best support, the most in-depth research, and the strongest motivation to start your social enterprise. If you are thinking of setting up your social enterprise yourself, it might be good to think on how you will bring in others to help you in the areas that you're not strong in. If you are hiring staff, by law you will need to develop HR policies in line with government regulation. Key policies would include a HR policy, grievance and disciplinary policy, health and safety at work, environment policy, equal opportunity policy, finance policy, and buildings policy. If you're unable to afford staff, you could look at bringing in short-term volunteers by linking in with a volunteering organisation. Alternatively, you can connect with local work schemes to support members of your community who are looking for work experience and employment. In Ireland, there are a few schemes the social enterprises typically benefit from when operating. Each work scheme is administered differently with different departments, but if you are not aware of them, you should find out more on how they operate and how they can benefit you. These are the TOOS initiative, Community Service Programme, and Community Employment and Volunteer Ireland. Finding support in your early days is fundamental to ensuring you do not experience burnout and successfully set up your social enterprise. Pause your video now to read the list of supports on the screen or visit the UPower website to read more. These supports are specific to Ireland and will help you to set up your social enterprise. Now let's do some research. This lesson has looked at different kinds of legal types a social enterprise can register as. Using the information you have, identify which legal type you think might be the most appropriate and answer the following questions. 1. Do you need a board? 2. How will your social enterprise make money? 3. Will you have a CEO? 4. If you are to grow and develop your social enterprise, will the selected legal type suit your social enterprise then? Once you have done your research and answered these questions, schedule an appointment with someone who can provide you with the guidance on how to register your social enterprise. Finally, to conclude this lesson, let's revise what we have discussed. There are many different legal types of businesses which a social enterprise can register as. It is important to research these and ensure you are registering correctly. Eventually, your social enterprise will require a board. Boards are essential for strategic planning, sustaining the social enterprise, and expanding the business. You are not alone on this journey towards being a social entrepreneur. There are resources and supports available for all elements of setting up and running a successful social enterprise. Looking forward to seeing you again in the next lesson.